Entire Tassadar, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kyle Harris, and today I'm going to be looking at another game between Minigun, from Minigun, and ZpuX. And it's obviously like he doesn't want muters or motherships, so yeah, that's gonna make for a rubbish game because the only good games include motherships and mutalisks. So as you can see, we've seen Minigun before. He is a very high level Protoss player on the US realms, and ZpuX, I know nothing about this guy, although it seems like they're practicing with each other, so or it's a tournament game, so maybe a best of 3 or something like that. So yeah, we're going to be in for another game from Minigun, and if anybody actually catches his stream on Team Liquid, it's actually pretty good. He's not like the kind of Protoss player that's like the kind of player that spams for macro APM or whatever. He just does the necessary requirements, the necessary actions in order to be able to execute his strategy as efficiently as possible. So it's good to see that not all like the pros are like spam or whatever. So yeah, and it's all good and so we do see this gateway going down on 13, and going to the production tab we see the spawning pool has just started, so both of the players not going for anything too funny, just kind of gearing up for a longer game. Or going to be piling on a little bit of early pressure, but nothing cheesy, nothing epic cheesy anyway. So yeah, just grabbing saturation at this point, Minigun, and putting his overlord in this position here, sending 2 probes over after this probe, sending 2 drones after this probe in order to be able to fend it off, and then no doubt be able to plant down his hatchery. No, blocking it off quite nicely there at this point, and a little bit of dance failed, and then now ZpuX has put down his hatchery. So we do see from spawning pool to hatchery for ZpuX, and we do see very standard for Minigun going for that cybernetics core, and going to be getting a zealot no doubt whilst that cybernetics core is being made, and going to be putting it here in order to be able to block that off from any zergling run-bys that possibly do come along. So at this point, Minigun is looking around the base of ZpuX, and we do see a few zerglings on the production tab as well as that first queen. And this cybernetics core is about halfway done with this zealot coming out as well. They're talking so much, it's distracting. Oh my god. Seriously, I was in the message log. That's freaking massive. It's only been going on for 3 minutes. Shut up and play the game. So, yeah. Yeah, bit of rage. I'm really full of rage today, like really badly full of rage. It's not good. So this probe trying to run away, going to be no doubt it probably will get away and warp through this zealot and be all safe and fine. And we do see a chrono boost being dropped on that stalker there. Although that being said, that stalker is going to end up coming out on the wrong side, but that zealot's coming out anyway in order to be able to try and fend them off. This force going to be able to easily deal with these little zerglings at this point in time, and we do see another stalker coming out as well. So it looks like actually Minigun's probably going to be applying some early pressure with these 2 units, depending on if he can get over there quick enough. As stalkers early on against most players, in fact, against most races, are very, very strong. Against Zerg at the start of the game, again, it is very strong, since you can just like shoot at things and then move back due to this high speed. And we do see now 2 queens out here. Going to be able to, fend this off pretty easily at this point. 2 zerglings at the back as well, and a spine crawler now up as well for ZpuX. We do see warp gates is almost finished, and that's zealot getting picked off a little bit there. So that was quite bad for Minigun, losing that 100 minerals. Not a massively good exchange, but we do see 2 stalkers now out, and probably will be able to shoot this hatchery nicely without being in range of that spine. Although by the looks of things, he might get surrounded. No, he'll be fine. So we're going to be trying to poke away at these zerglings at this point, try and take out a few. Although that being said, they were on creep, so they were a little bit faster. And we do see Minigun now going for an expansion of 3 gates. So going to be securing. It's very easy to secure this against Zerg, especially if you have scouted and know that they're not going to be applying too much early pressure. Off 3 gates, you're going to have ample units in order to be able to defend this. No problemo. And we do also see now a Roach Warren. Gosh, shut up, you blah blah blah. We do see a Roach Warren now going down for ZpuX, as well as a Forge, and a few more gateway in order to be able to make a narrow choke. so you can't just run by with all Zerglings. Again, very, very easy to do this. It's always nice to create a good sim city around your expansion. I also like to block off this with a pylon, and then kind of, you know, make it even harder for my opponents to get into here. It's a really, really strong strategy to do. So 3 gate into expansion, and then making a little sim city around here in order to be able to make sure that you can't have any run bys against from Zerg. So at this point, ZpuX has gotten quite nice saturation on both of these bases, just grabbing that second assimilator there, and transferring a few probes here for Minigun, getting a few zealots out here as well. These stalkers were doing a little bit of a scout around, seeing what was going on, and this probe is going to be doing a scout, or he's going to be going around here. Ah, yes he is, I just saw those rally points, and throwing down a proxy pylon in this position, although that Zergling is going to spot that just barely. So now this drone is going somewhere. Where's he going? Is he gonna throw down an expansion of doop-a-doo? No, he's got an expansion there. What am I on about? I'm being such an idiot. And we do see weapons level 1 going up for Minigun, as well as a few roaches coming out for ZpuX at this point. I'm quite surprised that ZpuX is getting quite a few of these units. I'm not so sure he's actually scouted the front here, and oh, blocking it off with a pylon as well. Quite nice. So you can only get in really over here. Although that being said, I actually don't like that pylon. Now that that's been said, due to the fact that oh, nice blocking off there though. That's always a really good tip on this map. You should really, as Protoss, block that off with pylons in order to be able to prevent again, Zergling run-bys coming from this direction. We do see Glial Reconstitution now coming up for ZpuX. I can't say his name, ZpuX. I'm going to call him Pux. We do see a Glial Reconstitution coming up for Pux. Metabolic Boost just about to finish, and the Robotics Bay is now up for Minigun as well. He does know that the Roach is here, so he's going to be getting a few Immortals in order to be able to counter that. Very nice play there, always good to be able to counter stuff. And Pux is just going to be able to break down these rocks now, securing that third expansion even more. These Stalkers are going to be coming out and doing a little bit of scouting, although these Stalkers could get surrounded by Zerglings if they're not careful. So really has to be mindful of that. Again, coming back to this pylon, I'm not sure I like this, because if a Zergling run-by did come around from this direction into here, he'd really need fantastic money force fields here and here in order to be able to prevent those Zerglings from doing a ton of damage, since he would have these units are a damn sight slower than Zerglings, and they'd need to move all the way around here in order to be able to prevent this. Although that being said, there are a lot of pylons going down, a lot of SimCity being created here by Minigun. And we do see Minigun is going to be making a forward push here at this point. This one Immortal is going to be prove invaluable at this point, since he does have a lot of roaches here, Pux, at this point. Throwing down a few more assimilators in order to be able to get up in the tech things, and we do see now quite a bit of an engagement going on here. I'm not sure that this is going to be able to do too much, although that being said, oh my god, he could actually block off this ramp and do a hell of a lot of damage. This Immortal here is going to be picked off quite easily. He really needs to force field this in order to be able to do guaranteed damage. Nice force field going down there. This hive is going to go down since he has tons of energy here at this point from force fields. He's just refreshing that force field, taking down that hive. That is a massive hit for Pucks at this point, and taking out a lot of these drones, as well as Hydras. Constantly force fielding this ramp in order to be able to make sure that you can't get up. Massive, massive damage here being done by Minigun, and unfortunately now he doesn't have any more sentries in order to be able to force field this off. His forces are likely to die. Not before, though, he tries to kill as many units as possible. This Immortal is being focused down, and he's going to go down very, very fast down. So, that was a really nice exchange there for Minigun at this point. He did take out that hive, taking out a lot of the tech paths that Pux could have taken at this point. And also, I'm pretty sure he took out a few buildings, but I'm not sure what. But he did take out a lot of the economy nonetheless. So Pux at this point, a bit pissed off about that. I keep swearing, oh my god, I shouldn't. Yeah. So, yeah, trying to stick away from that. And we do see now the Twilight Council and Templar Archives are down for Minigun. I do keep missing a few things, so sorry about that. But we do see weapons level 2 being created for Minigun. And it seems like Pux at this point is going to be making a forward push, and he's going to notice this with this probe. So he's going to be in good condition in order to be able to counter that. Although that being said, he doesn't have too many units. Oh, he is reinforcing it as well as this second Immortal as well. So really wanting to seal these in. Not too bad force fields, but he doesn't have enough energy in order to be able to make them fully effective. It'd be nice to be able to see those being completely sealed in order to be able to make kill as many units as possible. But these Hydras are going to prove